One of the reasons I'm still excited about the Global Leadership Summit 20 years into its run is that I see its ability to provide hope and help and training and resources to some of the most heroic people I know on the planet. In my travels, I see churches that are struggling, often because of forces that came from the outside that made the health and the welfare of their church get compromised. In Europe, when the church was once very strong, its health was compromised by wars, revolutions, coups, by entire regimes that came in and criminalized Christian behavior, sometimes for 50 or 100 years. When you lose your top pastors, your top church leaders, all your young people, I wouldn't know what to do. I wouldn't know where to start turning the wrenches to fix what's been broken in so many churches in this part of the world. And one of the countries with a heartbreaking past with regard to its church is Albania.
Over the centuries, the church in Albania has been hit with just about everything hell can throw at it. In the first century, the early Christian church quickly spread beyond Jerusalem to the Balkan Peninsula, flourishing despite opposition by the Roman Empire. In 1912, Albania became an autonomous republic, but this peace was short-lived. During the Second World War, Italian fascist and German Nazi armies invaded, causing Albania to ally itself with Soviet communists. Yet at the war's end, a powerful dictator named Enver Hoxha came to power. Hoxha proclaimed Albania the world's first atheist state. During the following 46 years of Hoxha's repressive regime, some 100,000 Albanians were imprisoned or executed. Young people were encouraged to destroy churches, to turn in clergy to the authorities. Preaching carried a 3 to 10-year prison sentence, and training of church leaders stopped. There were only a handful of known Christians in the country. Then, in 1992, something changed. The regime was overthrown. A church which had silently existed reemerged to a post-communist world. Now in his 60s, Pastor Ali Korti has seen the full scope of the Christian church in Albania. Today, he devotes his energy to the training of the next generation of Albanian church leadership, those who have never known communism.
Komunizmi u rrëzua, njerëzit vëshuan në përsheshe edhe shpresa erdhi përsëri. Të rinjt janë duke ardhur në kishat, edhe ata që ata janë duke kërkuar mund të gjejnë vetëm në kish. Edhe fjala po bëhet për t'u lënë atyre një trashëgimi të shenjtë të perëndishme. Kjo është shpresa e madhe e jetës time.
A 20-something leader named Egli is among the first generation of new Albanian Christian leaders.
The history of the church basically still stands in this 22 years of democracy. Church leaders that were, at the time, young believers, didn't have it so easy to build disciples. It's the most urgent thing we need in Albania, and I have experienced that the Global Summit provides it. In our small group and volunteers training, we would watch a session and discuss it. This is going to affect not only one, but multiple generations.
Edhe gjitha kjo është një vepër besnikërie e Perëndis, që për 2000 vjet, edhe pse erdhën dallgë dhe stuhi, Perëndia kurrë nuk e braktisi vendin.
WCA's passion is to help leaders worldwide realize God's vision for their lives, churches, and communities. In many places, leaders have been cut off from training, resources, and encouragement, especially in these regions where leading is lonely and difficult. The GLS is serving as a catalyst to infuse hope, generate strategies, and rally leaders together with a passion for their own communities. In the center of Tirana stands the ruins of a pyramid, the monument to the dictator, a symbol of the nation's past. But from within its people rises a new generation of leaders whose hearts are turning towards Christ. Regardless of where we lead in this world, courage is required of us. Courage to transcend the past, to continue the climb, to reignite the fire of Christ in our organizations, our governments, and our families on behalf of Christ and His kingdom.